Hey guys, and today I'm filming my cell phone collection. I know I haven't done these videos in such a long time. I'm sorry I haven't do these videos, like the cell phone collection. I know there are lots of cell phones in there. I was busy with school, I was busy with something, or rather doing something rather than do this. So, anyways, today, I'm about to show you all my cell phones collection. These whole piles are the smartphones, and these two are those two broken smartphones. And I know I haven't done these in such a quite while right now, and it's been a long time since I've been doing these videos, and for like a couple months in my channel and on my other channel that hits with like a more subscribers to subscribe. So anyways, I'm gonna be starting off with this first phone all the way to the end. So anyways, let's get started. So the first phone I have is a Samsung Galaxy A02s, and it works fine. It just have a minor crack, and there's several cracks all over the screen. So yeah, it works, but the back camera, it does have like a black spot on it. I wasn't able to replace that, but I wasn't able to do that, so I was too dumb. So anyways, the next phone I have is a LG Phoenix 4, and the camera's a bit scratched in here. It works fine, but the problem is that the speaker, it doesn't hear anything with the speaker while I'm trying to dust off the phone, and the speaker actually dies, so I can't get anything to work. But the volume button works and the power button works, but the display works, but it went black for some reason. I actually got it back alive, so it does touch it in the black screen of death, so but right now I got it back, so yeah. And yeah, and this phone does work with a 14-day Cricket SIM card, so yeah. This one's on Boost Mobile, but I put on a Cricket SIM card, so it's unlocked. The next phone I usually have is my Blueview 2. This is a Blueview 2. We found that in the supermarket store, and someone else dropped the phone and left it abandoned, and that owner of the phone, it just actually took the SIM card and it actually got a new phone. So that phone works, and the problem is that there's a couple scratches in there and a couple dents in there that the previous owner did. It does have a Google account lock in it. I was able to get it working fine, and I typed in there someone else's password and set to 0. So right now I got it working. So yeah, this phone works fine. On the next phone I have is an Alcatel Pixie Dawn. It's from Boost Mobile, but it's actually with the Chameleon network, so I was able to get this to work right now. So it runs on Android 6, but the problem is that it doesn't support any newer apps that it can place in games. So I was able to try unlocking it. I tried it with the computer, but it doesn't do anything. So yeah, that's the problem. So, and the next thing I have is an Alcatel Avalon, a broken Alcatel Avalon. You can see it's really curved right now. It does not work anymore, so the battery is just like it's making the battery huge, explodes like a balloon. It's not that really swell, but you can tell that this thing is actually really curved and the screen is cracked. So yeah, I'm probably going to get a new battery and we can get off all these files in it. So anyways, here's a Motorola Moto G, and it's from Boost Mobile. I actually did upgrade this to Android 5.1 Lollipop, and it does work fine, really good. But I usually watch YouTube's videos on it, but not anymore because they decided to end support. What is it called? End support of watching YouTube on that phone. So that's making the phone useless now. So right now I'm sticking it to playing games onto this phone. So right now I'm actually stuck with that. A Samsung Galaxy S3 from T-Mobile, and the it works, but the AMOLED screen broke, so I was able to get a replacement AMOLED screen. But it powers on, it works, but the AMOLED screen is just broke, so I don't know how that happened. So yeah, I actually got this from my friend, and he was so nice about it. And this is a Motorola Droid 2, and it does have this really, really disgusting thing that I was able to get out, but I don't know. So the phone works fine. It does run on Android 2.3.6 Gingerbread. It runs on Android Gingerbread right now, so right now it just actually put into my account onto this phone, and it actually got it working. So the problem is that this touch of the back, one of the digitizers was dead on this one, so I couldn't get that to work. But the only thing you can go back is like you can click on this button. So that's it for this phone. And yeah, it has a slider thing, and it was really cool. So yeah, Motorola Moto G first generation from TracFone. It works fine, but it does have like a shell off with this one, and I do want to say that it works perfectly fine, and I was able to download some APK and play games onto it again. But the problem is that speaker usually works, but it was like unknown speaker, but turns out it works fine. Cool. A broken Motorola Moto E first generation from TracFone. It does work fine, but the touch, everything works so fine, even though that everything works fine. Although it's not Gorilla Glass, but it's alright. So it's a TracFone phone, and yeah, and it does runs on Verizon CDMA towers. LG Optimus T from T-Mobile works fine, although the SIM card, let me tell you about this one. Yeah, for some reason that the SIM card thing is broken. Ay. You see, the SIM card reader broke and it wasn't unable to read SIM cards right now, so that make the phone useless right now. So it was actually really bad. I might be able to set the time and dates and make it correct so we can make it work again, so why not? So here I have an Alcatel Fierce 2. It's just missing a power button from over here. The only way you can turn on is like to use a SIM ejector tool. And yes, this phone works fine. Yeah, it just have a couple missing screws. It works fine, but it just missed a couple screws. So yeah, you could see that there's a crack in the back. You see guys? Yeah, and it does work fine. Here you have an Alcatel My Flip. So it works fine, but I wasn't unable to reset it right now. It usually have a KaiOS account onto it again, and that phone has actually been useless ever since I got this phone. It was actually $10 back in Amazon, but right now I actually got this as my first KaiOS phone, so yeah, it works fine. Although it's actually thinner than the iPhone. Yeah. And this is the Samsung. Yeah, let's see what Samsung this is. Samsung SCH U310. There we go. SCH U310. It works, but it just says unsupported battery. You see? Yeah, and it was brand new. Got this off in the thrift store like a couple months, 1 year later. And it turns out that this phone is actually working a bit fine. Here I have a LG TracFone. Works fine, but although this LG TracFone, it actually really is hard to use an LG TracFone, even though I have big fingers. But right now the buttons look a bit more smaller. The button looks a bit more clicky on this one. See, if you hit by 5, and that's really so clicky right now. Yeah, and it was a mini phone, like a candy bar phone. Here I have a Samsung Snap SCH U340 from US Cellular. This phone works fine, but although that this leaves into a screen smudge when it's left closed. I haven't used this back, but it works fine. And this top is about to come off. And the phone that we already knew, Motorola Razr V3. Yes, this Motorola Razr V3, and it's really good condition. There's a little bit of lines of the screen, but it works so fine. You can actually use it to record videos, and it does have this 4x zoom camera, so it works fine. Sanyo SCP-3100, my first Sanyo phone. I've never seen those Sanyo phones like that before, so I found that in the thrift store, and it was really good dollars, so yeah. This Sanyo phone actually means a lot to me, though, yeah. So it works fine. It usually uses it with Verizon CDMA, but not anymore, and it just shut down. Samsung Chrono 2, it does work fine, but it actually uses a micro USB charger. I tried one of the micro USB chargers and it works still fine. So yeah, I actually bought a replacement battery and it works really fine. So it's so awesome. Here's an LG UX355 from US Cellular. It's my very first LG flip phone US Cellular. The last phone I have is like an LG Bliss. So it works fine, but it just takes some video camera. I would love to use that as my video camera phone. But the problem is that you cannot upload videos onto this here because it doesn't use internet. So, oh well. Here I have an LG. No, not an LG. Samsung. Sorry, I just keep saying LG, but it's not LG. Actually, it's an SCH A850 from US Cellular, and it works when I just put a bunch of wires in it, but right now it doesn't turn on because the battery just like it keeps bulging around, so I don't know what happened. Here is an LG VX8300. So the LG VX8300. So it actually, I found this phone at the thrift store and it was cost like a good price. It didn't even include a charger, so I was able to charge this. I tried it on the charger on that one, and it works fine. Both of these have the same charging port. Here I have an LG VX600, but it doesn't work. But I tried turning it on, but it doesn't work. So I tried everything I could to power this phone on, and nothing works. So I tried to use the charger out from this phone, and nothing seemed to show up. So, oh well. Here I have a Samsung. Okay. It's Samsung. Ooh. Yeah. Samsung SCH R640. Yeah. Yep. And this phone works fine, and it does use a touchscreen, and it does have the slide keyboard feature. Here I have a Kyocera 2135. I got this phone working. It was a rare phone. I never seen this phone like that. Kind of looked like the Nokia 3310, but it works. But it actually uses the Verizon CDMA towers. Works, but it uses the Verizon CDMA towers. So, yeah. I don't know how that design got into this place. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, now we have a a Samsung. Okay, Samsung. What type of Samsung is this? I'm pretty sure that's a Samsung SPH A120. It does work fine, but it uses a Verizon CDMA towers. I didn't know that Jitterbug actually uses Verizon, but I don't know. So, yeah. Here I have an LG. Okay. LG VX 5600. Yep. The phone works fine. It does take micro USB, but it works so fine. Yeah. Got this at the thrift store for a good price, along with this one. And we also have a ZTE Boost mobile phone. And I don't know what I just did to this. So, yeah. A ZTE Boost mobile and does not work. We've had that for like 2019 and now it's just feel like it's refurbished. So, yeah. I don't know how that happened. But it does have no SIM card. I know. And here I have an iPhone 6 Plus. It's an unlocked model, an iPhone 6 Plus. Sadly, it doesn't work anymore because I've actually tried fixing it and putting it back to life, but it doesn't work anymore. So, and now it's cracked. Here I have a Samsung SCH A737. This phone works fine, and it's also called the Samsung Blackjack, so it works. So the battery is dead on it. So, anyways, you have a Samsung Singular phone. Samsung no. LG C1300. Yeah, C1300. So the phone works. I even tried getting it to work with the charger, and it just charged really well. So yeah. So I'm gonna have to power on all these phones, see to make sure they work or not. So I'm about to start powering them on. So first, let me even get this turned on. I'm able to get this to turn on.
Loss of service.
It's dead. No, we can unlock these. I'm sorry to turn this one off. And I'm recording on the iPhone 11. It's on Boost Mobile. So anyways, that's it on all my cell phone collections. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. And peace out.